Can everybody mute? Oh, it's only me. I was going to say everybody mute themselves, but everybody has. All right, when you're ready.
Okay. Hey guys, my name is Tenia Taborne, and I'm gonna tell you something. I respect you guys um, for allowing me to come into this space, for having this space available, so that I can share my journey with you guys and maybe help guide you guys through your journey too. I hope you can hear me. I hope I don't start mumbling. I do have notes because I didn't want to forget anything. And I did talk to you guys earlier about where I would start. I'm going to start with the breath because it's the basic, it's the foundation. And what I would like to do first is tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an Air Force veteran. While I was a veteran, I went to school every place I was stationed because going to school as a vet was free in the United States. And when I got out of the Air Force, I attended University of California at Davis and Sacramento State University. My major was in textile design and music, so I am an artist. I do have a book in me, which is why I joined this group. um, uh, Later, I went on to take biblical studies. I took 2 years of Old Testament theology. So I did train with pastors, and I do know the Bible pretty well. I'm going to say I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to claim Christianity as a religion. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. Um, I'm going to try not to press my beliefs on you as I talk, but I will talk about my beliefs because it's who I am. It's a part of who I am. Um, see what else. My daughters and I, we have a business. It's a paintball business that'll be getting off the ground in the fall. I'm also a certified shepherdess, and my goal is to create a cotton wool blend fabric for future farmers and workers. And I intend to have a farm later. And that's my end goal. I'm going to be on the farm. I'm going to be sitting out in the woods. I'm going to be with my sheep and just at peace. And and that's what I'm looking for. But as a child, I was a very sensitive child. I thought something was wrong with me. I had a hard time talking to people, and I could feel all the energies around me. But what I noticed, what I found out in my seeking, is that I was just an attuned individual. And so what I had to do was find a way to survive, pretty much, or manipulate this, to maneuver in this dimension as a human being, and not be. I was always stressed out. I was always um, just feeling the pressure of everybody else's feelings, really, on me, and I didn't know what it was. And so now, through that and through my journey of seeking, I found all these different tools that I use to stay present, to stay mindful, to stay strong, and to build myself up. The one thing that I think that I'm looking for, and I think everybody's looking for, is freedom. Freedom, I mean, like your end goal. What is your end goal? Your end goals are to have and be and do, but you're really looking for freedom, freedom from suffering, freedom from being stuck, freedom, right? Isn't that what we're looking for? Um, and some of the things that I use to get there is breath work, tapping, EFT. I use body graph. I do energy readings. I do Ho'oponopono prayers. I use music and frequencies. I use the seven hermetic laws. I use self inquiry. I use nature and natural healing as far as herbs and you know uh, essential oils. And I use all these things together. Take the best parts of it and I apply it to my life. And this has worked for me. It's a system that works. Sometimes, like I said earlier, sometimes you forget to go back and use it because we've been so constructed to be this way and not that way. And I think that the conflict that we have within us is not being able to move with our instincts because the world tells us that our instincts aren't right. You know, if like let's see if I can find a way of putting it. So just think about two birds flying south for the winter, right? And these two birds are flying south in their normal pattern, and their instinct is to go this way. And then one of the birds sees something off to the side they want to check out, and they go over here because something in them says, I need to be over here. So they go over here, and all the other birds are saying, no, 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 come back, come back, come back. So now we're going back as a bird who wanted to go this way. The conflict in me now is I didn't follow my instinct. you know, so you're suffering. And that's what the world is suffering from today. Not following their instincts, not following what their heart is telling them to do, and being where you need to be. So with that being said, I told a little bit about myself, and I can get off track, so that's why I have notes here, because I will go off track. I have a lot of information. I want to start with the breath. I would like it to be interactive. If you want to unmute yourselves and chime in at any given time, because I want to make sure that it's being guided in a direction that's going to be helpful to the people who are here.
That I'm honestly, everything you just said is my childhood, you know, being that sensitive child, being told all this stuff and knowing that's not true, and my heart and my intuition telling me something else, and always being led by my gut and my heart, and then having society tell me, no, no, no,
Right.
this 3D world says this, you have to go with your mind. And I'm like, but no, my mind is so, that ain't it. So it really, what you said about being anxious and all the different tools that you use, that is my battle, you know, because I'm sensitive and I get anxious and I can let the ruminating thoughts take over, and then I can be really self-deprecating. And it's a constant, for myself, a constant spiritual practice with as many sources as I can possibly take, because I can be hard-headed as well. I need to, I need different sources, and you this morning are the medicine I need today. So I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you get everything you need out of it. Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna say, like, when you ask the question, why do children suffer and why do babies die? Those kind of questions, it's because we're not following our instinct as a whole unit, as a whole world. We're not following. And if we did, can you imagine how great it would be if everybody just did? And the thing is, you know, there's good and there's bad as far as people, where you would think that some people would take advantage of us and some people wouldn't, and some people would be nice, and, you know, all of that. But it's all on the same pole. And that's where I'm going to throw in the different modalities that I use, even though I'm focusing on one right now. The seven Hermetic laws, when it's talking about the different laws, one is as above, so below, all is mind, vibration, rhythm, and the polarity. Polarity is a big one, because good and bad is a matter of perspective. It's a pole, right? Can you see my hands? Let me see.
Yeah.
It's a pole, and good is on one side and bad is on the other. At which point does bad turn to good?
Yeah.
You know, because it's a matter of perspective. Okay, so that's let me pull it back a little bit. That's a little bit about the Hermetic laws. And if you can apply those things to your life, that is helpful. If you go on YouTube, there's a lot. Like, I do a lot of YouTube. You do have to watch who you're listening to, but you can listen to the audiobooks by Thoth Trismegistus and the Seven Hermetic Laws. That's one that I would recommend that everybody look into. And I've read that one over and over and over. It's very short, and just to get it, you're gonna have to read it over and over and over. But it applies to life, and it's very real. What you got?
Cynthonia, unmute, please, so we can get that on camera.
No, but I don't think you can see it though. The Hermetic principles. No, these are the emerald tablets. I have the Hermetic principles. I have like all. I have all of that. All of that. I think that in life, you know. Sorry to interject and change it, but like it's the seven Hermetic. I think that like in life, you don't really. Things change, truths change, facts change, but I feel like the seven hermetic principle, I feel like that is really like universal law. Like those things, no matter what age, what time, no matter what science comes up with new, these things they will not change. Like these are the truths of how the universe moves and flows. So exactly just what you just explained is such a true thing that people miss in being their own individual selves and believing that everybody should be like and feel like and believe like them.
Exactly.
And can I just add as well to that, that this is what I know, that's what I asked for spiritually when I went through the dark night of the soul, is tell me what it is. Because we are a brainwashed culture. We as a people have been purposely crushed, you know, on multiple levels, so that we don't know what is right from wrong. You know, there's a lot of just lost people out there. So what's brilliant about the Hermetic principles, which I learned from being in the book tribe, and I've read Billy Carson's book on Thoth, but there are laws. What people are seeking, you shall find, because there are laws. There is a way to do it, but what is perpetuated in society is that anything goes, and there is, you know, you can do anything, it doesn't matter. But when you look at the Hermetic principles, like you said, polarity, they're not easy concepts at all. And us as spiritual beings may want to go, but that's wrong though. And I'm staying in that perspective. But if you're on a spiritual journey, then the Most High will show you there's other perspectives. And I think, you know, my darker night of the soul, that's what it was that everything I had harsh judgment over and I thought was black and white, the universe showed me it's not black and white. There's a lot of gray, and I'm going to make you change your perspective. You know, I was like, I don't want to, but that is the bottom line, is that nothing is that absolute either, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to be open to hear other truths from, so the one thing for me about Christianity is that it was limited. Like, it was only, the Christianity is the only thing that applied. But if you go to other things, like I've read the Tao Te Ching and other spiritual books, and even some of the books that have been taken out of the Bible, like, for me, I take the best and what applies out of all the different ones and make it, if it works for me, you know. And that's why it's so much out there, because it's so diverse. There's so many different types of people. People learn different ways. People grasp information different ways. I cannot knock Christianity in any kind of way, because it led me to where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just have a different perspective on it right now. You know, so I'm not knocking it at all. Just make sure we know that. Okay, so look, I want everybody to do a breathing exercise with me, okay? So yes. While we're doing, this is the 15 minutes that I'm giving you right now, starting now.